Let's talk about the keeping power of God. Oftentimes as Christians, we acknowledge the power of God when He saves someone who was in a sinful state, let's say a non Christian, in the world, living the wrong kind of lifestyle, and then they're brought to Christ. We hear testimonies of people who've experienced this, and they're powerful, right? But I want us to speak of a power that's less known. And that's that the power that is able to save you and me is also able to keep us faithful to God. In 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 5, we read that we are kept by the power of God through faith. So as we are waiting for the second coming of Jesus Christ, we are kept by God through faith. And when Satan throws every wrong influence in your life, when he brings temptation after temptation to throw you off course, to lead you away from Christ, God is promising He has a power to keep you faithful to Him. And in Isaiah chapter 43 verses 2, it says, "When thou walkest through fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall a flame kindle upon you." This fire being spoken of here is the fire of temptation, the fire of wrong influences in your life. And God is saying, no matter how heated that fire may be, He can keep you. And through faith, you cannot be burned. And it's just as a miracle as when God saved Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in that fiery furnace. His promise is also made even clearer in Jeremiah 32 verses 40. And it says, "I will make an everlasting covenant with them that will not turn away from them to do them good. But I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me." God here is making a claim over your life. He's saying, I will put my fear in you. And here's the thing, when I do that, you will not walk away from me. You will not depart from me. And so, this fear that He promises to put in you and me is the power for us to keep His law in love and out of love for Him. This is the keeping power. And so, however evil the environment around you may be, however sin might be becoming normalized around you, God is saying you do not have to conform. He's able to keep you faithful to Him. And in 1 John chapter 5 verses 18, we read that being born of God, the wicked one, Satan, cannot touch us. And what that means is, when we are born of God, which is something that takes faith, renewed by God, Satan has no place in us. And the only way we know, you realize that the only way Satan touches you and me is by causing us to sin. But here God is saying, when you make the decision to follow Christ and actually have faith, full faith in Him that He can give you victory over sin, Satan has no place in you. He cannot touch you. This faith must happen constantly though. It must be something that's always constant. It has to be constant faith in order for you to have a constant victory. You cannot endure on your own. And when you try, you'll fall. And here's the thing, even when we fall, we have an advocate in heaven, and that's Jesus Christ. And He promises to cleanse us, to renew us. And when we fall, it's a time to rise up and actually hold on to Christ with an even firmer grip. And that is what living by faith is all about. This power that kept Daniel from conforming to the customs of Babylon. This power that kept Joseph from losing his integrity when he was tempted is the same power that God is promising to give you and me wherever you are, at school, work, anywhere. God is saying, I can actually put my fear into your heart and cause you to walk with me and not depart from. It's in a book called A Call to Stand Apart. It says that the spirit that possessed Daniel, the youth of today may have. They may draw from the same source of strength, possess the same power of self-control, and reveal the same grace in their lives, even under circumstances as unfavorable. The circumstances that you are right now might not be favorable for you to actually be a light and be a blessing as God would have you to be. But God here is saying, however unfavorable they are, you can be kept by the power of God. And it continues saying that those surrounded by temptations to self-indulgence, especially in our large cities where every form of sensual gratification is made easy and inviting. So however the world you are in right now, however sin is made easy and inviting, God is saying, yet by divine grace, your purpose, the purpose to honor God, can remain firm. Through strong resolution and vigilant watchfulness, they may withstand every temptation that assails the soul, but only by him who determines to do right because it is right will the victory be gained. And so I hope these words encouraged you this morning, that you know what, no matter how dark this world is getting, we do not have to